Okay, today is the big day, or at least I hope. Today's the day we're supposed to get our carport installed. And as you can see, I actually started painting the shed. It's actually, a little more than a year overdue, but you know, when you get busy, you get busy. So that's what the shed's gonna look like. That's a little sneak peek. We might come back and put white trim or white on the trim. I don't know yet. Main thing is I just want to get it protected, and I wanted to do this side before the carport because if you see here, I got a couple of flags here. I got one there, one over there. That's going to be the edge of the carport. So I wanted to make sure that that was painted so I would have less of an issues. Here's the other side of the other two flags here. Andrea and I actually came out over the weekend, added a little bit more stone, tried to get it as level as we could. We used a transit, and the transit, we got it to within an inch. They said that they need it within 3 inches. They said if it's more than 3 inches, then problems happen. And so we were kind of paranoid about that, so we want to get it to within an inch. And according to the transit, it's within an inch, so 3 inches should not be a problem. All right, so anyway, so the size of the carport is 24 by 20. It's 24 feet wide and 20 feet deep. And originally, I was going to have it 18 feet wide because the companies, they do 20 feet, 25 feet, 30 feet on the depth. That's their standards. And then on the width, they go 12 feet. Then they go to 18 feet, and then 20, and then 24. And then when you get over 24 feet wide, especially in our situation because of the hurricanes, then it's a different structural system that goes on the roof, and then it gets significantly more expensive. So the best price point, like the cost difference to go from 20 feet wide to 24 feet wide, I don't know, it was like $200 or something. It was like some ridiculously low amount of money. And I'm like, let's go ahead and get another 4 feet wide. So that's what it's supposed to be. The legs are supposed to be 8 feet tall, which, just to give you a good estimation, the doors on the shed are 8 feet tall. So let me step back a little bit here. So if you visualize the doors coming across over here, that's where it's going to start. And then it's gabling from left to right. I know I'm saying all this now, but I'll have after photos, after video when they're done. Now they said they're only supposed to take like 2 or 3 hours to get this thing done. So it's almost 10 o'clock now. They're supposed to be here between 10 and 11. So they might be done by 1, 2 o'clock. So we will see. I will probably not be videotaping them installing because I'm sure they would probably appreciate it. So if I can sneak peek something, I will. But other than that, I will not be videotaping while they're installing. Because if I was installing, I wouldn't want somebody to videotape me. So, but as you can see, it's a very beautiful day today out here. It's about 50 degrees right now. The guys are out there having enjoyment. And I guess we will just wait until they actually show up. Okay, it is done. And as you can tell, I've done some preliminary putting things in the carport. The frame is steel, and the roof and the trim is Galvalume. Galvalume's pretty much just an aluminum color. We picked that because Galvalume reflects heat very, very well. And since it was going back here and not like next to the house or something, we really didn't care if it matched anything. So Galvalume it is. From the time they showed up till they came on property to the time that they left and went off property was an hour and a half. That's how quick it took them to actually install this. And so as you can see, the height is about 8 feet. Using the shed as a guide. The shed's also up a few inches from the bottom of this. That's why it doesn't look exactly 8 feet. But that's where the curve starts, where the trim is. You have a couple of pieces of bracing there, up at the top and there. But other than that, it's open. We wanted it open because you have the guardrail thing on the tractor. And you have, we might put a sunscreen on it later, so we wanted plenty of height to make sure that the tractor wouldn't hit anything. And so, as you can see, the trailer fits nice. I have everything in here except for the backhoe. And the backhoe will be put in at some point. Obviously, I put that there thinking that would be a good spot. That is a very, very bad spot. Spoiler alert. For that, because it's literally in the way. And so overall, I am very impressed with this so far. And in case you were wondering, yes, you can walk on the roof, because the installers, they were walking on the, or one guy was walking on the roof. That was his job. As soon as they got the roof started, he was up on top of the roof doing that. So I call this a success. It was very quick. And one other thing real quick before I forget. If you see this right here, that is an anchor strap. So what that is they have little helical anchors that go into the ground, and then it attaches right there. There's 6 of them total, 3 on each side. That's for the strap down for the hurricane protection. So if we have hurricane winds or something, this thing won't blow up. Because otherwise, without that, if it was just sitting on the ground without those straps, if we get strong enough wind, it'll updraft and literally flip the whole thing over. So that's pretty much what happened to our tent when we had the nor'easter a few weeks ago. Was the same thing. The tent fabric was deteriorating, and so the winds punched a hole into the side, and then once the wind was able to get into it, it blew up and literally blew the top off of the tent. And so we had already ordered this by then. We were just wanting that tent to last until we got this, which obviously did not. But enough rambling. I call this a success. It's also pretty sturdy too. It wobbles from left to right a little bit, but that's understandable. But front to back, it does not wobble at all. So the only thing we might do is on the roof of this thing is we might hang some cattle panels at some point to maybe like dry garlic and stuff like that. But okay. As I say again, I am done rambling. But we call this a success, and the tractor finally has itself a home.